Hey ladies, this video is going to be regarding how to grow your network, and I'm going to share with you what my story is, how I went from being a stay-at-home mom at 25 years old, starting Ruby Ribbon with no network of people. I was a teacher by trade, and like I said, stayed home with my kids. I didn't really have any direct sales experience or any big networks of people. And so what I'm going to share with you are some strategies that have worked for me to grow my network and that have worked for many other people. So there are 5 things that we can do to specifically with Ruby Ribbon to grow our network, and those are doing in-home parties, personal styling appointments, vendor events, local networking events, and Facebook parties. So a lot of us in this group have learned to do Facebook parties, and that's kind of the bulk of what we do. So that's how I started. I did do a few in-home parties and some personal styling appointments. I still do those, but really on Facebook is how I started to grow my network. And now that I have been growing it on Facebook, and Facebook's been making some changes and stuff like that, I have decided that I'm going to push myself to grow my network into other areas. So I had an accountability meeting with Monica Ritchie. I don't know if you ladies have heard of her. She's an executive director with Ruby Ribbon, and she really encouraged me to and challenged me in this area to grow my network into different areas other than Facebook. And the reason is, if Facebook makes a change, we want to think about what would our business look like if Facebook was eliminated, for example, or if Facebook made some big changes, and I don't think that that's going to happen anytime soon. Facebook is not going anywhere, but we've all experienced a little bit of rough patches over the summer with the Facebook jail and stuff like that. So let's visit all 5 of these categories, and I'm going to share my story with you. So when I started with Ruby Ribbon, like I said, I had no network, and a good friend of mine who was with a different direct sales company, she gave me some books to read, 3 books. One of them was Go Pro by Eric Worre. One of them was Beach Money, and one was How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Baskin-Robbins. So I encourage you to read those books, write those titles down. And the best network marketing book that I've read since then is Get Over Your Damn Self by Rami Newstad, I think is how you say her last name. So if you haven't read any of those books, I highly encourage you to do that. So the first big change that happened for me when I started with Ruby Ribbon and then started to become successful with Ruby Ribbon, because there was about like a 5-month period in there when I was kind of just dabbling in it, and I wanted to make my kit money back, and I wanted to not be bartending and waitressing at night so I could be home with my kiddos. I just wanted to make $800 a month. So I was a dabbler in the beginning for the first 5 or so months. Then I read those books, and that changed everything for me. So I realized that it was my mindset and that belief in myself that I could be successful without having prior experience or a prior skill set. So what I sought out to do was look at what are the successful people in this industry doing. So those people who, those authors that wrote those books, the examples of successful people that they gave. And I looked within our own Ruby Ribbon organization, and I looked at leaders like Katie Roos and Libby Cunningham, who were making it to director level very quickly, and they were sharing on their Step into Leadership classes, or their Step into Leadership calls that corporate runs, how they were being successful and like what activities they were doing to make them successful. So I started listening to those calls. I started reading these books. I started working on myself as hard as I was working on my business to figure out like how can I develop this skill set. So I compared it to teaching, where when I started teaching, I didn't know how to write a lesson plan, and that's just something that I learned. That's something you refine over time. You write it, you redo it, you practice it, you get better at it. And the next year, you're a better teacher than you were the year before. So it's the same thing with network marketing. We learn how to talk to people We learn how to do activities, how to approach people, how to have a better follow-up, what words are more effective than others. And we get through that by practicing that and looking at what are other people who are more successful than we are. What are they doing? What words are they using? What are their strategies? And we don't need to reinvent the wheel. I had mentor teachers who shared their lesson plan outlines with me, and I copied what they were doing and just made it my own. So you can do the same thing with network marketing. So take a look at what are you doing to grow your own network. Which of those 5 strategies, so the PSAs or the personal styling appointments, in-home trunk shows, Facebook parties, vendor events, and local networking events. Which of those 5 categories have you tried to do so far? If you've only tried 1 or 2 of those strategies, I invite you to try more of them. So sometimes it just takes doing a couple different things and trying out a couple different things to find out what you feel good about doing, where your comfort level is, and certainly always challenging yourself to move outside your comfort level. But you might find that you actually really like doing Facebook parties, or that you might really prefer to do personal styling appointments in home. So the beauty of network marketing is that it's our own business, right? So we can do it the way that we want to. So a couple things. Tiffany and I have shared in both of our groups. So here in Ruby Gold Diggers and in her workplace group, we have ways and strategies to follow up with people and to get your initial customers. So if you're a newer stylist and you feel like I have zero network, I don't know what to do, or you're a seasoned stylist but you're feeling like you need to refill your funnel, there's lots of different things you can do. So first of all, one thing that I did online that really helped me, and I learned this strategy from Livy Cunningham on her Step Into Leadership class or call, was to join online networking groups. So for example, if you are a mom, if you are into exercising, if you like to do outdoor things, join groups with women in them that are primarily women, groups that are primarily women. So you could look up women's fitness. You could look up women's direct sales groups, women's network marketing groups. If you're in Facebook, you can refine your search to groups only, and then join breastfeeding moms groups, join stay-at-home mom groups, different things that you're already interested in, that you would like to learn about, that you would like to have solidarity with other women. Anyway, join those groups and start making connections there. In a couple networking groups that I joined, I did a post about Ruby Ribbon. We don't want to do tacky, sales pitchy posts in those groups. We want to target attraction marketing, or we want to do attraction marketing, meaning we don't want to say, we don't want to post a corporate graphic of somebody wearing the cami and saying, Ruby Ribbon's giving away free camis tonight. That would be an example of what not to do. An example of what to do would be posting a before and after picture and saying something like, ladies, I need your help. I'm trying to learn how to market this product better. I sell shaping camis designed to replace bras for better breast, back, and belly support. I'm primarily marketing this at in-home parties. I'm primarily marketing this on Facebook right now. I would love any suggestions how I can better market this. So that's if you do something like that, do you see the difference between being spammy and asking for advice and creating curiosity? So when you're creating curiosity and asking for advice, not only is that curiosity going to prompt people. So notice I didn't say Ruby Ribbon in the post. That curiosity post is going to prompt people to comment, which is going to boost the visibility in that group. And this can be true of any groups that allow you to post in there. Always read the group rules as a side note. Some of them don't allow you to post about your business. And then, so you're creating curiosity. They are going to comment on it. And a lot of people are going to say, what is that product? I want more information. So when they ask for more information, you can say, I will send you a private message with the information. You don't say what the company is. You don't say what it is in the thread, because then a whole bunch of people are just going to go to the Ruby Rubin corporate website, or go to your website, look at it, see the prices, and say, oh my gosh, I don't want to buy that. So you want to create that curiosity, get them a private message, and start developing that connection with them. I think there's probably like maybe 5 or 10 of you in this group who I met through a networking group like that I created a curiosity post, brought you through my funnel system where I brought you in a private message. I thanked you for your interest in my product, and then asked, like, what do you love and hate about your bra, and make it be about them and their needs. And then you form that connection with them, and then you bring them through your sales funnel. Would you like to try one of these? If they're ready to purchase, then let them purchase. Would you like to try one of these? Would you like to be a product tester? I'm offering a discount, or my company offers a discount to people who do a referral post. Notice you're not saying party in there. So it's all about the language that we're using when we're speaking online. We want to make it sound conversational. We want to make it sound appealing. What's in it for her? We don't want to be spammy, salesy. What's in it for us? We want to say what's in it for her. So I grew my business a lot doing online networking in that way, using attraction marketing. If you want more examples of what attraction marketing looks like, definitely you can just Google attraction marketing for network marketing. But we have resources in this group, and Tiffany has these resources in her group too. Okay, secondly, I looked up Heather Schaefer. She's a director with Ruby Rubin. She has like a public YouTube video that you can look at about how to approach your local boutique owner. That was on my chicken list, and it took me several months of being in the business before I was ready to do that. I actually looked up boutiques that were like an hour and a half or 2 hours away from me, and I practiced on them, knowing like, well, if they said no, it's not going to be a big deal because that's a long drive. And then the boutiques that I really wanted to go to locally, after I called maybe 5 or 6 boutiques, I called there and asked to speak with the owner and connect with her if I could bring some camis in. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that, because Heather Schaefer has a great video about how to approach a boutique owner. So what I did then was I brought my samples into the boutique, and she said I could come in there on a Saturday and have ladies try them on. We had a really good meeting and personal experience. And then also with the boutique owners, you make it be about what's in it for them. So I said, I think these camis would be a really great addition to the already amazing products you offer in your boutique. Your ladies are going to look better. They're not going to have visible bra lines. They're going to probably go down a size. They're going to shop more with your products. Would it be okay? Like, would you be open to me coming in and having ladies try on a cami before they shop your products? And so that's what I did. And every time I go in there, I make it be all about, that boutique owner, and say, I compliment her to her customers. I put the ladies in the cami when they come in. And then they shop wearing the cami, trying on her clothing. So she's invited me several times back there. I've gotten a lot of leads, a lot of reorders, and I've scheduled some in-home parties from there, because some ladies try it on, they love it, then they want to book. When you follow up with them, some of them say, I have a limit of $200 today. I really need to buy a dress here. And then, but I do want to buy this. Can I buy it at a later date? And so then you book a party with her for later. And again, you don't say party, you just say, we do offer some amazing discounts if you know of a couple other ladies that have breasts that don't want to wear their bras anymore. Who else do you know who might like this product? Let's get a couple people together. Your order can be one of the 3 you need for our referral account. So the third thing I did was do a couple vendor events. That was on my chicken list again too. I actually did it with my mom. She's my sponsor, and you can do it with a local stylist if you have one, and if not, you don't have to be with somebody else. But I that helped me to do that. So when you're at a vendor event, that's all about getting the leads. Put some chocolate, put a bowl there, and write free cami on a Post-it note or on a poster there. So people see the chocolate, they're lured in, and then you gesture to your bowl, you say, I'm giving away a free shaping cami from Ruby Ribbon. Have you heard of Ruby Ribbon? And so they're lured in, and while they're filling out their information for the free cami drawing, because even if you were giving away pencils, people would put their name in for the drawing, right? Then you put, while they're filling out their information, you start talking to them about Ruby Ribbon, like, how would you like to go bra free? You know, you say things that are just edgy or shocking enough, but still, you know, conservative, so that they are interested, piques their interest. So if you search the Ruby Ribbon Stylist only page, there's a lot of good information about vendor events. You can just use the search tool and search vendor events. So those three things helped me start my business. And I joined a couple local moms groups and made some connections in there. And then I was able to book local in-home parties and local like virtual events because of those moms groups. So that I really recommend, because you might not, like, in today's day and age, and I'm 27, a lot of people in my network just do stuff online. They don't want to do in-home parties sometimes, but I was able to connect with them, have them put a post out, that Hey Ladies post, to do a virtual party, have them do an in-home party, and they brought their moms who are in their 50s, and that helped me grow into different networks of people that I otherwise wouldn't have like come in contact with locally. So it's all about thinking how you can expand beyond who you know, and that's going to require some effort of meeting some new people. And I invite you to do it afraid. I invite you to look at your chicken list. What of those 5 things do you feel chicken about doing? The PSAs, the in-home trunk shows, Facebook parties, local networking events, and vendor events. And if you're not doing all 5 of those, just challenge yourself. This fall is a great time. It is shopping season. Ladies are ready to spend, and it's a great time for vendor events especially. So I've done 4 of those things. I haven't tapped into any local networking groups yet, so I need to find some of those, but I'm going to save this video in this group so that we can go back and reference it, put any questions that you have in the comments, and Tiffany and I will be able to answer those and direct you to resources, any of those book titles, any ways that you can find those kinds of groups or strategies, how to network, words to follow up. That's another thing. So sometimes, so we are in the business of getting to know more people, and that involves asking for referrals. So some of us, I find, are first initially afraid to ask for those referrals because we might not know what to say or how to say it. So if you check out Unit 5 in the Ruby Gold Diggers group, and if you check out in Tiffany's workplace, she has words, what to say, how to say it. I have those in Unit 5, what to say and how to say it. And then if you find that you are confident about what to say, but you're not getting results, it might be that the language that you're using is ineffective at producing those results that you want. So that's something that if you want to send screenshots, if you want to give examples of, well, I had this conversation today and I don't know, I thought it was going well, but she doesn't want to do this, or I've reached out to 10 people, they all said no, so we want to see, like, maybe what we're saying is ineffective, or maybe is it that you're afraid to reach out to those 10 people. So for myself in the beginning, I was initially afraid to reach out to those 10 people. Then when I started getting the confidence to reach out to those 10 people, after learning what words to use, I started to practice. I did fumble. I did flounder a little bit, where I was one of those word vomiters. Like, I would just tell them everything that I loved about Ruby Ribbon. And so, we want to be asking questions and learning how to do that effectively. So let us know what questions you have, and I'm going to I'll post that YouTube video for Heather Schaefer. I see that in the comments. So, okay. All right, ladies, have a great night.